Hello and welcome to another one of my videos, and in this video I'm actually going to go through some of the modifications I've done to my Hyper 7 in the last few months. I was going to do videos of installing them all, but to be honest I got too excited and just stuck them on. I didn't even have the time to set up the camera to record them all, so yeah, this is just going to basically lump them all together and go through all the modifications I've got in the car. So the best place to start, I think, is from the front and work my way back. So the first thing we can all see is I've upgraded the shock absorbers. These are actually Hongnor 16mm big bore shocks. They fit nicely. You need different off stands for them because the ones on the original shockers are too small and the actual shock won't fit against the actual suspension strut. But the difference this makes, I can drop this from 3 foot and it doesn't bottom out, whereas these actually bottomed out pretty easily. They don't have the volume in them to really do that much absorbing, so they were on the cards to get swapped out ages ago, but I never got around to it. But we can see, if I just compare them both side by side, the difference. These are 12mm, these are 16, so yeah. Another good thing with these, they've got an adjuster ring here, so you don't have to adjust them using these shims, which always get lost and you always end up not having any, so good thing there. Might change the shock absorber oil in this to something a bit thicker, because it is I think it's got 45 weight in the moment, so I might change that up to like 60 or 70 weight just to give it a bit more firmness. Springs are fine, so leaving that. Moving on, basically the carbon fibre stuff I've had on the car for yonks, so carbon fibre front brace, carbon fibre servo mounts, and I've also got a Hyper 8 carbon fibre centre differential brace there, so all that stock, and also, well, not stock, but it's been on the car for a bit. And the pro adjustment for the throttle and the brake, that's been on for a bit. It's just all colour coded, so it's easy to kind of look at and go, that's front brake, that's rear brake, and that's throttle. So yeah, that's all been on. But one of the more recent upgrades is this little top A-arm mount here, which basically replaces a plastic item, and all it does is basically help all the forces going through the top A-arms here. It spreads across the bulkhead, which it's meant to, so all the forces go into the bulkhead instead of on the plastic item. The plastic item would flex a lot, so that helps that, and it's also a hell of a lot lighter. Next one, when we move up, we've got aluminium strut braces, CNC yet again, so we've got front and rear. These replace these items, which are basically just a threaded rod with 2 pivot eyes at either end. So when you go over a jump, there would be a slight flex in this because the pivot eyes move slightly on both ends, and also actually the rod does slightly flex when I just put my thumb and fingers on it. So yeah, so with these ones, they don't flex at all and they're a hell of a lot lighter. So this will just stiffen up the chassis and help with the handling of the car, hopefully. But I haven't tried them. Well, I've tried them once in the running, but you don't get up to any decent speed to kind of notice any difference in performance. So hopefully when I'm taking it out after running on the big jumps, we'll see them come into action. Moving along, we now see my TQ2 radio box, which I installed in my last video. Basically, I've done this for a number of reasons. One, it looks a lot better than the stock one, which is basically this grey plastic, and it just feels cheap and you have to unscrew everything to get it off. With this one, it's basically just one screw, or in my case a little body clip pin there. Pull that out and you've got access to the batteries and everything. The receiver box here is actually screwed down, but once that's in place you don't really need to open this up. So yeah, looks better, more splash resistant than the other one because everything's concealed. You also, the heavier items, which is the battery, is actually moved more into the centre of the vehicle, which helps with centre of gravity. So when you're going over jumps and taking off will be better, and also mid-air control will also be slightly better, just for moving the weight of the batteries more into the centre. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this mod. It also makes the car look a hell of a lot newer, brings a bit of life into it, and also matches all the carbon fibre nicely. And then moving on to the last mod that I've done, along with the rear Hongnor shocks, is these Aluminium Uprights I've got here. These replace the plastic items on the car, which are these ones, which are, to be honest, very weak. I can bend them and everything. These are notorious for going on the Hyper 7s over big jumps and things. The only thing I would have kept on the aluminium ones, which aren't on, and they're on the plastic, is this little cover here, which basically covers the CV joint right there. And basically all it does is it helps big chunks of muck getting into the CV joint and basically locking it up. But to be honest, I think I'll be able to cope just because of the strength these things give the rear suspension setup compared to these ones, which do have flex in them, so that should improve the handling a bit better as well. Things that I'm planning on doing when I find the parts is I'm going to change the front turn knuckles, which at this moment in time are cast aluminium parts and are very weak. These go on these cars if you bash them quite a lot. So some CNC items are basically, I'm searching for some at this moment in time. Another mod which I'm going to try and do when I find the items is to change these shock towers to Hyper ST CNC items, front and rear, because these ones are weak. At this moment in time they'll be alright, but I've seen a few pictures of these just shearing off. But looking over the forums, the best item to get are CNC Hyper ST shock towers, which basically are a direct fit on this. Even the stock Hyper ST shock towers are better than these ones, so if I can't find any CNC ones, I'll have to just go with stock and see how they are. So yeah, those are the things that are coming up in the future. Once this car's running, I am going to get it out as quick as I can to a local BMX track and go over some jumps and just see how much of an improvement this car is with all the modifications I've done. It should have a lot more power, it should have a lot better handling, and it should be a hell of a lot more fun. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So once I've finished running it in, look forward to all those videos, which should be coming up in the next few weeks if the weather stays nice, which at this moment in time it's not. So anyway, as always, keep safe, keep watching me videos. That'll be a few coming up in the following days and weeks, and I shall see you soon.